Welcome back to Pixel Rich Games! In this episode of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, we're gonna do some math and determine which upgrade seals are best to keep and how to manage our limited inventory full of upgrade materials. Before we proceed, I want to thank a fellow Redditor, Ryan5011, for calling me out in my weapon upgrading guide. I absent-mindedly stated that seals appear every 5 levels instead of levels 5, 10, and 20 only. No seal on level 15. Appreciate it, bruh. One more thing. Keep in mind that these are based solely from the demo version, and any change that Nintendo makes will greatly affect how these seals impact our gaming experience. To keep things simple, I'll be basing this guide from seals that don't have the increased seal effects, as those are harder to come by and are meant for super late game. I'm gonna be grouping seals based on what they are for, so we won't need to zig then zag through the list. For the first group, these are all the seals that increase damage for attacks that cannot be used in quick successions. We have dash attack damage plus 7%, flurry rush damage plus 7%, and special attack damage plus 5%. I won't waste my time on focusing on any of these seals. They are too seldom used compared to basic attack types, so upgrading any of those will increase our damage output more than any of these. Next group are the damage increase seals to attacks that occur more frequently. First on the list is damage at full hearts plus 2%. This is the one that I rank lowest in this group, because taking damage even once will nullify the effect of the seal. Even the weakest enemy hit on us will result to a huge damage output drop. Next is damage to mid-air enemies plus 7%. If all enemies fly, this seal would have been great, but they don't, so no. This next one I think is the best seal in most scenarios. It's damage per 100 KOs plus 2%. By the time we get to 300 KOs, this seal will give you a bonus of 6%. The only scenario that I can think of that this seal would suck is if the mission just has one boss in it, nothing else to KO. We'll be left with just our weapon's base damage. Mid-air attack damage plus 7% is generally bad, until I saw Rivali's gameplay. From what we have so far, this will work with Birdman and can be a good substitute to damage per 100 KOs seal. Regular attack damage plus 2% will be my go-to weapon for maps that have only the boss in it. If this type of map will exist, having this for boss maps and the damage per 100 KOs for regular maps will be my perfect arsenal. I choose regular attack damage over the others because this is the button that we use the most. The logic that I follow here is simply increasing the damage for the majority of attacks will result to a bigger increase in DPS. Very straightforward. Last in this group is strong attack damage plus 2%. I think this is another situational seal. This may work for characters like Impa that use X a lot, but frankly, I'd still pick regular attack damage plus 2% even for Impa. The third group is all about survival. We have damage from enemies minus 3%. I think 3% is just too low to even consider. I'd rather increase my damage so I can end fights faster. Just imagine you're fighting a mini-boss that can hit you for 3 hearts in one attack. What's 3% of 3 hearts? It's 1/33 of a heart. That's just too small. Next in this group are 2 seals around healing. First is healing item drop rate plus 12% and then healing item effect plus 3%. I don't think any of these two are useful. Let's talk about healing item drop rate and say that we get an apple every 50 kills. This is a very generous ratio because we don't. A 12% increase will mean we get an apple every 44 kills instead of 50. Meh. The increased item effect seal is very much like the decreased damage from enemy seal. If an apple heals for 3 hearts, adding this seal will make it 3 and 1 over 33 hearts. Again, it's too small. The fourth group is comprised of what I refer to as utility seals. These seals indirectly affect the damage that we can dish out. First on the list is attack range plus 4%. Let's say Link has an attack range of 3 meters. Again, we're being generous here. A 4% increase will make his attack range 3.12. Not impressive. But let me give you an interesting scenario. Instead of Link, let's talk about Revali. This is just a rough estimate based on videos we've seen. So if Link's range is 3 meters, I think it's safe to conservatively say that Revali's range is 10 meters. One seal will equate to 0.4 meters increase, which means getting 5 of this seal will make Revali's range 12 meters from 10 meters. I still don't think that it's the best seal to invest in. I'm just saying that it's an interesting one for Revali. Next is attack speed plus 3%. Honestly, I don't think attacks are slow in this game, even for Derek. And 3% is just too small to even consider. I think attack speed will be significant once it reaches around 30%. And I know it's doable, but I won't focus on this first. This will be for the late game if I'll even get it at all. Next in the same group is perfect dodge timing window plus 5%. I'm not sure how long the actual window is, but let's just say it's half a second, which I feel is a lot longer than it actually is. If we increase that by 5%, the timing window will be 0.525. Not worth for me. Last in this group is special attack charge rate plus 3%. Like I said earlier, I'm more for damage increased on frequently used attacks, so charging the special attack a tiny bit faster wouldn't really increase my DPS. Next we have the farming group. There's battlefield specific material drop rate plus 5%, monster part drop rate plus 5%, and high resell weapon. Aside from high resell weapon that I'd rather use as an upgrade material rather than selling to farm for rupees. The other two would probably be good late game for farming hard to find mats. Though in my opinion, I'd rather get more damage so I can finish missions faster. The last group that I call others, cause I don't know where else to put them, have 2 awesome seals. Battle EXP plus 3% will be great for grinding to reach max level. But then again, having the highest DPS will result to finishing missions faster, therefore speeding up leveling as well. Last but definitely not the least is Fusion Material EXP plus 150%. This seal is gold! What I do is I feed weapons that I don't like to one with this seal and free up my inventory. Don't worry, we can get rid of this seal easily once we've decided to siphon it to another weapon. Let's say we want to upgrade a level 1 sword with regular attack damage plus 2%. And we have a level 20 sword with Fusion Material EXP plus 150%. What we need next is any other weapon with regular attack damage plus 2%. In the process, what we need to do is choose the first weapon that we want to upgrade. Then in the section where we pick weapons we want to fuse with the first, pick regular attack damage plus 2% first, then pick the level 20 with Material EXP plus 150%. We'll end up with a weapon at probably level 22 to 23 with 2 regular attack damage plus 2% seals. Well, actually 3% since we'll get the bonus from matching the seals. This is the way to get rid of Material EXP plus 150% when we don't need it anymore.
So PRG, what's the best seal?
My top 3 seals are damage per 100 KOs plus 2%, regular attack damage plus 2%, and Fusion Material EXP plus 150%. Damage per 100 KOs plus 2% gives us the highest DPS for faster mission clears. Regular attack damage plus 2% for me is the best for big boss fights with little mob count. Fusion Material EXP plus 150% for quickly upgrading my stuff. I see a lot of people mixing different seals with the same shapes together. That's good, but I prefer to stick with just one, and that looks something like this. As for Material EXP, I don't combine them with one another and I just use them separately to get the most out of them. Click here to see my weapon guide. Just don't forget that new seals open at levels 5, 10, and 20. Aside from that, you'll get all the info you need. Don't forget to support the channel by subbing and leaving a like. And as usual, stay safe and God bless us all.